Hey everyone, a good morning to you on this Tuesday. It is going to be another muggy and mild one as we kickstart things here, as we continue to make a move, and we of course also make a little bit more of a look into this week because it has been pretty easy. We've seen a lot of temperatures in the 80s. It's been more of the t-shirt, the shorts weather. Let's of course see how we're going to get a big change of pace though as this particular week continues into the spring. I am WIS First Alert Meteorologist Tony Chiavaroli, and we're going to be getting into a little bit more of the nitty gritty here of why, of course, we're going to be seeing a big change of pace, and of course, what we can see before that, and what is going to be the bridge between this gap of how we're going to drop back in temperatures, because this mild there can't stick around forever. We have to see things get regulated, and typically, just the way things work with the seasons this time of the year, you're going to have, below average falls. You're going to have temperatures in the 80s, but things are going to, of course, get split up in between. Let's see how that's all going to happen. Let's, of course, time this all out. Starting out right now, I want to focus on this, okay? Bringing up the graphics as we start things out. We will be focusing on a first alert weather day. This is the next big thing, and this is going to be how we are bridging that gap between a drop back in temperatures, calmer conditions, and even a lot of sunny skies. But right now, we've seen a lot of moisture build into the region. Temperatures really getting into the 80s again. All of those ingredients that you need to see some severe weather or at least some rain production are going to be here. So going into early Wednesday, we'll see a cold front cut across South Carolina. That's going to give us very early morning, heavy rain potential, some storms. We'll see some gusty winds kick up. So we're going to focus on this, going to track it through for you, showcase you how this is going to be looking as we really make that push into the middle of this week, okay? So let's go through the tidbits again. Today we're relatively cloudy. We'll still see some breaks of sun here and there, high temperatures in the 80s. Simple for Tuesday. Now as we go onward, and what we see, of course, as we get towards, more of that really early time frame, and honestly could even be as early as 3 a.m. to as late as 7 to 8 a.m., we're focusing on rain potential and storms that could be impacting a lot of folks in their commutes out there, especially if it's a very early Wednesday commute. Whatever, of course, you got to do. Perhaps Wednesday might be a day in particular you have to get up early for some reason, whether it be running certain errands for work. Maybe you just wanted to go to breakfast. So, listen up as we get to that point of the forecast period before we calm down to what will be a beautiful late portion of the week. We're talking a lot of sunshine. It's just going to come along with a much cooler pocket of air. Here we go now. As we start to see this out, we're going to be getting a bit more in the way of those clouds, still some breaks of sun. We're continuing into this Tuesday, and this is all going to be a situation where, things are pretty tranquil. Yet again, the winds will kick up a bit later today. We could see a gust of wind out of the south and west over 20 miles an hour as we get later this afternoon, but no rain. That will come late tonight. So let's make that move now. Let's see Wednesday. Here's 3-4 in the morning. We're seeing out of the west this line of showers and storms that will be setting up. Now, it will be impacting more of the upstate of South Carolina truly during that overnight period, but this is really getting to that odd point of the morning where are you categorizing it as Tuesday night or are you categorizing it as Wednesday morning? Because, some folks are still getting up at this time. So, however way you slice it, if maybe the sunrise is the actual morning for you, well, then this is still technically going to be Tuesday night. Because here we go. Here's 5-6 in the morning. Early Wednesday, still seeing some scattered rain activity, a few downpours embedded in there. We can still get some storm activity from this. The one point I want to make is we're going to see some drier air rapidly trying to fight in on the tail edge of this, continuing to try and de-intensify the situation. But everyone out towards more of the Midwestern United States right now, really in particular Kentucky and Tennessee today. So not too far to our north and west, but, far enough. They'll be getting some severe weather outbreaks today. We will just see the remnants, basically, of that system as we go towards Wednesday morning. Everything, of course, being fostered along with a cold front. Now, once we get towards a later phase of the morning, I'm talking 8-9 o'clock, watch this. We're trying to see it clear out, and this is why, of course, going into the early morning hours of tomorrow, I want to make sure you're a bit more weather aware. It's a lot more crucial with that time frame before sunrise as opposed to after it. So, really that sweet spot of 5 to 7 a.m., which, of course, we will be on air for on WIS, on TV, on NBC. So make sure if you are an early riser, you're staying tuned to that, or if you're going to be out and about, you take a check of your First Alert weather app from WIS. We have you covered on many platforms now, of course, which is why we're doing these live streams now. As we go through your Futurecast and everything going to Thursday beyond into this week, we're going to get a lot of that sun to continue. A few clouds can mix in later on Thursday, but it's going to be just about how things are calming down. We'll still see a good breeze, still try to continue, but everything just really works to calm down, and that sun continues to be impressive. But temperatures, look at that setback right now. We see 80s today, 70s tomorrow, even on the tail edge of that front, because we'll still see sun, but that aggressive wind will be there out of the north and west. And then Thursday, man, back down to the 60s. And that is going to be something we'll continue to see as we round things out here in your First Alert 10-day forecast. Everything is going to be much cooler. We will see gorgeous weather. That's where I want you to not get me wrong. It's going to be beautiful, sunny skies, but it's going to be a dramatic cool down because it'll be a very good driving wind all the way, down from Canada, some of that really cool air coming from the north. Of course, we're still getting more direct sunlight down here. We're not going to be as cold as the Northeast, obviously, but we're still going to get, some impressive temperatures on the downswing. But either way, got those 60s, got to enjoy that sun. Just grab your, good jackets or sweatshirts later this week and remain weather aware yet again tomorrow. And please, if you are an early riser, you're watching this live stream now, please tune in, take a check of us on NBC on sunrise. We'll make sure to live track any storm threats that have the potential to pop up tomorrow. So, of course, that is everything you could do as we look on forward here in the short term. Obviously, plenty of information you could find on our website at WISTV.com, whether it be for weather, news, sports, a lot of great content on there. And continuing on this live stream, if you're just looking for a little bit more news information, that's coming up close to 9 o'clock. What's new this morning will be coming up soon. Appreciate y'all for being here, taking a check of your First Alert forecast updates.